Party Massacre 3 is about a young lady who invites about 6 of her friends over for a slumber party because her parents are out of town. And we have some guys that want to go over and scare them, and we also have a killer trying to pick off these people one by one in a bloody way for the most part. Hey everybody, how you doing out there? So I'm already on the 3rd Slumber Party Massacre movie here. We got one more with the remake and then the ranking video. So I've already mentioned this real quick in the other 2 videos. This is a movie I have watched once before. This is my 2nd viewing. I did actually enjoy it the very first time. Has that changed in any way? Well, stay tuned. Well, going with the likes, and the first thing I want to talk about is the killer's weapons. And yes, with an S. Yes, you still get the drill in this one, but he actually does change it up a little bit, just like Jason Voorhees always did in all the Friday the 13th. People always look at Jason Voorhees with the machete, but he has always used other tools to use as weapons to take people out. I kind of liked what this villain actually did in this. I definitely approve on, it's great to see the drill, but I'm just kind of glad that they decided to kind of change it up a little bit and use other things. Especially something in, somebody gets it in a bathtub with an interesting weapon. And that's all I'm going to say for people who actually haven't seen this movie. There's actually moments in here where I have chuckled, so I got to kind of give a little credit to the script writing in there. I thought, okay, you know, there was a couple good jokes in the entire movie. It's definitely a very gory movie, as I mentioned in the intro, for the most part. I mean, there might even be a couple times where someone dies and there's no blood at all, so that does kind of suck. But I will say there's a little bit of blood in Act 1, a little bit in Act 2, and Act 3 is really when they ramp it up, and I really actually did like that. I definitely enjoyed, there were 2 characters in a construction site. It was actually empty, it was actually at night. I really did enjoy this fight that goes through with these 2 characters here. I'm not talking like it's a good fight like a Schwarzenegger movie or a Stallone movie, but I do think that it was definitely well done for the little bit of fight that we actually get. And then the final, like, the villain gets so fucked up in Act 3 with the girl at the slumber party. It's just so glorious. I know a lot of times you want to see a movie where your hero is always having like all these different obstacles that they got to get through to get to the bad guy. I kind of like that it was the opposite this time, where the bad guy was getting messed up like he's supposed to anyways, while the girls are trying their best to fight back against him. So I did really like that a lot. And moving on to the dislikes. Well, the first thing I got to say that I really don't like about this particular thing about this movie, where the first 2 just did a great job with it, is they tried to make this movie a mystery of who the killer was, where the first 2 you already kind of knew. You had this 40-year-old guy just taking people out, this particular group of people who were having a sleepover. And then in the second one was kind of a dream demon, a Freddy Krueger wannabe with a guitar, which was actually pretty cool. But we already knew who they were. You know, they were not afraid to show their face. And in this one, there's actually 1 or 2 scenes that they do actually wear a mask, the killer, so you might not actually have an idea who it really is. But I feel like that when they finally get to revealing who it is, I feel like it was pretty obvious. Maybe not everybody will actually get it, but I thought it was pretty obvious of who it was. Yeah, this is my 2nd watch, but even on the first watch, I'm like, oh, okay, I think I already know who exactly is. And it's like, why would you want to keep that a mystery? There was about 3 or 4 red herrings. Probably maybe the first person that was a red herring. I think if they would have used that person, I think this movie would have definitely been a lot funner. The characters, including the villains, they're all very dull. They're all very boring. Their acting was just horrible. Nobody that you really are interested in. None of them are engaging. You don't care about any of these characters, no matter the ones who do live or the ones who die. But there was nobody that I personally latched onto watching this film here, no matter if it was the final girl or the villain or anybody else. I'm like, yeah, you're all just blah to me. I feel like that the characters barely had any chemistry in this movie with each other. The story was boring and dull. I mean, it was just stupid. It was slow. It was just, man, everything just felt like it dragged in this movie here. There's a scene in the movie where one of the girls uses themselves as bait against the killer. And the girls don't really actually let on to the audience exactly what the plan was. But let's just say it had been the most stupidest thing that I actually have ever seen on film. It was just like, I can't believe that's what you decided to do, and you could have done almost anything else, and that's what you go with. And the final dislike is going to be, is the last minute or two of this movie made me feel cold. I was just like, I really needed like a little bit more information than what they kind of gave us in the way that they actually decided to end this movie. Slumber Party Massacre 3, I'm going to go 1.5 out of 4 stars. Have you seen this sequel? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Give me a comment down below. We shall discuss it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.